welcome to the fourth class of our prenatal series. We are going to be using a strap again for our practice today. So when you get your strap or your strap-like object, just bring it around your shoulders so that it's going to be handy. And moving into a comfortable seated position for yourself, kind of move through your body before you settle into more of a still place. Eventually, sitting upright, placing your hands onto your baby, and coming to notice your breath. Feel the natural flow of your breath moving in and out. And feel your breath. And listen for your breath. And that soothing movement and sound as the breath flows. Stay with your breath. And as the inhale and exhale captivates your attention, allowing the mind to quiet. And staying in a place of receptivity. And when the body and the mind are receptive, we're able to see with fresh eyes and listen with fresh ears. Releasing preconceived thoughts and just coming to what is in the now. And bring these long, steady breaths with you throughout our practice. Opening the eyes if they closed. Taking your strap with your hands, reaching overhead. Taking a grip that's just wider than your shoulders. Leaning over to the left side. Feel a nice stretch come through the right. Up through center and over to the right side. I'm just going to come in and out a few times, awakening the side body. Find your way up to center, pause here. Lower your arms forward and down. And then reach your arms overhead and back. Lift the strap overhead, bring it forward. We're just going to floss out through the shoulders a bit here. A few times. Next time the arms are reaching back, just pause in that space where you're like, whew, that definitely needs some extra attention. Stay and breathe. Take the strap forward. And then one more floss, reaching behind. When your arms come back overhead, bring the strap back onto your shoulders. You can switch the cross of your legs if you would like a different sensation. Arms go overhead. Bend your left elbow and take a hold of the strap. And then the right arm comes down, releasing the strap off. And grab a hold of the strap at the bottom, and then just start to walk your hands towards one another. Maybe they connect, maybe keeping a hold of the strap like I am here. And just breathing for that opening in the shoulders. And we're staying for a few long breaths. And over time, if the fingers feel like walking a little bit closer to one another, they can. Send your breath into that space where your hands are looking to connect in the upper back. And last 3. And let's release this bind, bringing the strap up on the right shoulder. Take both of your arms overhead. Right elbow bends, takes a hold of the strap. And when you release your left arm down, just flicking that strap off and then coming to grab a hold of the bottom. Start to inch your hands towards one another. Settling in to breathe. You may notice a difference side to side. Priorities here are finding a manageable sensation and breathing deeply into those places. Moving into our last 3 rounds. Breathing some space and love into your shoulders, especially if they're particularly tight. Releasing, place your strap off to the side. And bring your arms back wide and overhead. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up and over. Breathing into the left side of the waist and ribs. Good. Floating up. Come over to the left side. Feel your breath expanding now the right side of your body. Float back up through center. Release your feet so that they can connect to the mat, hip width apart. And the hands coming behind with your fingers pointing forward. Feel your outer hips and pretend you're giving them a hug by engaging a few muscles around that area, providing a sense of stability. On your inhale breath, take your hips up. Exhale, lower down with control. And do that again. Lift the hips, inhale. Lowering the hips on your exhale. And follow your breath. And as we flow, we're also giving the baby a little hug with our abdominal muscles. Building strength in our arms. And 3 more. Breath guides the way here. Staying receptive and open to what is. Coming back to a seated position. We're going to give our wrists some attention and love. So bring your arms out wide. Bring your fingers in first and your thumb to the outside, making a fist, and just turn your knuckles down and feel that nice stretch come through the top of your wrist. No need to rush this simple stretch. We're going to stay for about 5 more breaths, actually. Keep your shoulders relaxed down from your ears. Open your fingers wide and turn your palms to face forward. Bring your thumb in first, wrap the forefingers around that. Pinky side of the fingers working down here. Feel that stretch come across your thumbs and through the side of your wrist. Soft through the face, relaxed through your shoulders. And release. Take your left hand onto your right pinky finger and give it a firm squeeze. Press your palm forward and draw that pinky back as you spread your fingers wide of the right hand. Move now to your ring finger, big hug, it draws back. Thumb actively reaching away from the pinky finger. You should feel a stretch come through your palm. Moving on to the middle finger, same idea. Keep that hand active and wide. And move to the index. And your thumb. Good. Switch to the other side. Take a hold of that left pinky. Press the palm forward. And drawing that pinky finger back. Come to your ring finger now. Really reaching pinky and thumb away from one another. And your middle finger. Good. Your index. Stay really active through that left hand that you're stretching. Then moving to your thumb. Release, interlacing your fingers together. Create some figure eights. Rolling this out. And then try to create that figure eight in the opposite direction. Might take a few passes to figure that out, like myself. Feels awkward, but eventually finding some sort of a rhythm. Or not. Good. And just kind of shake that out. Roll through to a tabletop position. And in your tabletop, just create some movement that comes naturally. You can press your hips towards your heels. Bring some stretching through the side body. An intuitive exploration. Good. Starting to diminish your movements, finding your way more to a still place. Take your right leg back and up. Bend your knee and create a circular motion here with your bent leg, working into your hip. Good. When the knee faces the floor, tuck it in behind your left knee. Squeeze your legs towards one another. And then you're going to come to sit back between your feet. So this left leg may be lifting a lot, and that's okay. I want you to think of squeezing your legs towards one another. You're going to be kind of on a diagonal shape with your mat. Bring your arms out to cactus. Come forward, right arm moves on top of the left, wind them up, connect your palms or the back of your hands. Breathing in between your shoulder blades. Find that same hug of the outer hips that we created towards the beginning of class. Stabilizing into your pelvis. Last full round of breath. Unwind your arms, crawl forward, and take this right leg off to the side now, and curl your left toes under. And you're just going to shift your weight back and forth, stretching the inner leg area. Nice rocking motion to the hips. Next time you're coming forward, pause. You're going to spin on your left knee, take the toes off to the long side of the mat, and the right leg reaches for the back. Roll your chest open, take a variation of side plank. Good. Reconnect the hand and the knee. Find your tabletop position. Left leg goes back and up. Bend the knee. Circling through the hip joint. Next time, your knees facing down, cross it behind your right, and then come and walk yourself back so that you can sit, finding this cross leg position. Arms move up to goalpost. Left arm comes forward. Find that wind up of your arms and breathe here. Finding those micro engagements as you hug your outer hips. Press your forearms away from your face. Last full round of breath. Unwind your arms, connect your hands to crawl forward, and taking your left leg now off to the side, curl your right toes under, and initiate that glide back and forth. So stay with the knee that's connected. When you come forward, pivot the toes off to the long side. And that straight leg reaches to the back of the mat. Roll open, take side plank. Good. Connect the hand and the knee. Take it up, downward facing dog. Keep your feet as wide as you need so that there's space for baby. Pedal your legs out, bit of a sway into your hips. Find your way to a standing position. And when you become upright, you're going to take one giant step back and turn all 10 toes to the long side of your mat. It doesn't matter which way you've turned, as long as you're going to have a visual still, that would be great. Take your arms out. And then hinging at your hips, fold forward, bend your knees as much as you need, and the right hand comes under your face. Turn your chest to the left side, lifting that arm up, and then lower down. Connect the hand, come to the other side, and we're just going to flow here a few times in and out of some rotation in the upper back. This is a great place to use a block or a chair, depending on what stage of pregnancy you're in. Next time you're twisting to the right, you can finish up. Rise back up to a standing position. Turn your heels in and your toes out. Bend your knees, settle in, placing your hands on your thighs. Just move side to side here. Stay with those steady breaths. And back to center. Dip your left shoulder in, twist to the right, and then come out. Right shoulder in, twist to the left, and out. I'm just going to keep dipping your shoulders in. Feel that work in the breath. Feel the work in your legs. Next time the right shoulder's dipping in, you can finish up. Rising back into a standing position. Left toes turn to the long side. Place your hands onto your hips again and feel them press towards the left. Coming into Trikonasana. Bottom hand connects with the leg, top arm moves overhead. Strengthen your legs, drawing your kneecaps up. Firmly press through both of your feet. Rise up. Right toes turn forward, left toes turning out. Hips press back. Find your way into Trikonasana on the other side. Bottom hand can connect with the lower part of the leg. You could utilize a block here or a chair as well. Firm equally through your feet, rise up, Trikonasana, and then we'll turn the toes off to the side. Bring your hands onto your waist, heel to your feet, back a little bit closer together, ending with the toes out and the heels in. And we're going to do some Malasana squats. So as you bend your knees and sink your hips, take your arms out forward and just pretend that you're picking up something heavy. So it really feels like you're engaging more muscles when you have the thought of picking something heavy up. And the thought of picking something heavy up is going to engage the muscles in your outer hips, just like we were talking about before. I'll do a few more. Next time you're moving into your squat, hold, feel that engagement of your outer hips. Breathe deeply here. And rising all the way back up. Lower your arms, heel to your feet, nice and close together. Finding tree pose. Shift the weight into your right foot. Sole of the left foot comes to the inside of your leg. Hands can connect at your chest, or maybe they're moving overhead. Wherever you've chosen to be, think of firming the foot and the leg into one another. Release your arms, release your foot. Shift the weight to the left. Grounding down through that foot. We'll lift the right, bringing the foot to the inside of the leg. Hands can come together at the chest. You can reach overhead. Maybe you're playing with the arms in motion or holding on to baby. And release your arms and foot. And coming into eagle pose. So soften your knees, find a bit of, buoyancy here. And then as the weight moves into your right foot, you're going to lift your left leg up and cross the knee over top. Now really think of hugging your legs together. Find that firming into your outer hips. And take your arms back up to goal pose. As your arms come forward, it's the right arm moving on top of the left. And then we are finding our sense of balance. Good. Unwind your arms, release, stand up. And so we're recreating that same shape that we created at the beginning of class, but now we're in a standing position and it seems that much more challenging. So move forward from a playful, inquisitive place. Find that bend in the knees, soft. And then the weight moves to the left leg. Crossing the right on top, Find that nice hug. Everything's drawing to the center, squeezing. Arms, cactus. Take them forward. Left going on top of the right this time. Elbows up. Forearms forward. Great job. Come undone, releasing. Let's find our way down into a tabletop position again. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. This is a great place where you can utilize some blocks too, if you like. And we're just going to shift the weight back and forth. Hips come forward, front knee bends, hips back, front leg straightens. Just move in and out. Finding the hug of the outer hips as you glide back and forth. And the next time your hips are moving back, you can take your foot and connect the knee. Come forward, left foot outside the left hand. Create that rock on this side. Moving in and out of that half split. Next time your hips are moving back, reconnect your knee and take it into child's pose. Big toes come together, widen your knees, send your hips back and just snuggle in. Allow your forehead to come down to the mat or a block. Send your breath around your baby. With every exhale, you can feel your body starting to settle down. Hips widening and settling. Good. Lifting back up. Roll through to a seated position. Take your legs out wide. And just start to shift the body back and forth. Swaying into a nice forward fold. Opportunity to keep the body in motion. or settling in. If the body found stillness, initiate that sway to bring yourself back upright. When you find your way there, I'm going to bend into the knees, bring the soles of the feet together, but create a bit wider shape with your legs, targeting more into the outer hips. Find that sway again as you start to come forward. Again, option to stay in motion or finding more of a still point. If the body found stillness, initiate the sway to come back up. Moving on to the right hip so that you can take your left leg around and you can bend your right knee a little bit more. And just find yourself here for a moment in this deer position. Back leg is finding an internal rotation, and this front leg's finding an external rotation or outward. And breathing into any tightness, restriction that you're feeling within your hips. Consistently just dropping back into your breath. Lean over to the right side so you can bring the left leg out and forward onto the left side so the right leg can come back. Again, we just settle in, breathing for this change of shape. Relaxing the shoulders, soft through the face. And we're going to finish off with a double pigeon or a fire log, just like we did last class. So come onto that left hip, take the right leg around so either the shins can stack, or again, we have that opportunity to bring the right shin just in front. So getting set up, kind of wiggle into your hips and initiate that sway side to side. You start to fold forward. Last class, we had the use of the chair, allowing our head to fully release. And this time, just finding our way around with our own body, not staying for as long as we did last time. But that swaying really gives you an opportunity to explore and shift the weight around a little bit. And start to sway your body back upright. And then we're going to switch our legs out. So the left leg is coming on top or forward for that fire log. Wiggle into your hips as you need. Initiate that swaying motion coming into your forward fold, wherever that takes you. Swaying all the way back up. Connect your hands behind you, releasing your feet to find the mat. A slow wash of your legs side to side. When you're ready, finding your way to a comfortable laying position, whether you come onto your left side or on your back, I'll leave up to you. Please use all the props that you need to really promote a sense of comfort in our resting position. Opportunity to support the head, place something between your legs, and finding your way down. Moving into your body, creating adjustments so that you can find about 5% more comfort than what you have right now. Feel that settling in your body, sense of release. And feel in for your growing baby. And taking this moment to check in. As mothers, I truly believe that we can create a deep connection with our baby while they're growing inside, that they feel what you're emitting. And feel that exchange of warmth and love. And ultimately, this is what you both need. This is what everyone craves: connection, a sense of belonging that is rooted in love. And just stay and breathe into that connection, into that belonging and love. And envisioning giving your baby a big warm hug. And finding that deep knowing within you that you are enough. You are full of love. You are full of patience and full of strength. And breathing in that love, patience, and strength for yourself and your baby. And reintroduce some movements now to your body. Eventually joining me in a seated upright position. Place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your baby. Take a few deep breaths here. And I thank you for coming to share another piece of your practice with me. Namaste.